For the 2024 season, I will be following the team at Caunton to see what life is really like inside the yard and stud.
Obviously, we've been very lucky for the last 2 years here. You know, we've had the world number one. Oliver and Karen have been incredibly inspiring to have around and to watch, and you know, the work ethic that they have, and just the desire and the drive has been inspiring for the whole team to be around.
Oliver top three.
Oliver will continue to keep riding the top horses for his base at home, and I mean, he's the best in the world for a reason.
2024 is different for us because it's a little bit like, you know, you're on your own now, and everybody's just desperate to make a go of it, to be, you know, to sort of grow it now. It's got to be a homegrown version.
I know George is going to feel the pressure. He's going to put a huge amount on himself.
I just want him to take it all in his stride, really. It's a journey. It's going to be a long journey, a hell of an exciting one, but here we are, 2024, and all we can do is see what happens.
So George, tell us how you ended up at Caunton.
How I ended up at Caunton? I ask myself that on a daily basis. So, not from a horsey equestrian background whatsoever. Very supportive parents, but even today they wouldn't know a horse's head from its arse. Like, they are useless, which I think is quite nice. I rode a tiny bit as a kid, just like in the village messing around, and then when I was about 16 I started hunting a pony for a friend, and it went from there really. I absolutely fell in love with that, and Jane Wright, Matthew's mother, whips in for our local hunt, and she was like, oh, do you fancy coming and sitting on a few here? I was in my gap year at the time, and I thought, yeah, why not go and get paid for something that I'd suddenly decided I was quite into. Still didn't really see it as much of a career, and then it's gone from there, progressed through uni, kept on coming down, doing more days, and then now it's like 3-4 years full time here, so here we are.
Is away. George Bartlett, Frere 363, sat in 10th place overnight, coming into this cross-country phase on that score of 28.9. This horse owned by Sir John Peace. George beginning to really make a name for himself.
To be a truly strong team, and I think the environment that I want to be around and want my kids to be around. And
so today I've ridden Ninian Park, Butts Apollo, Comfort, Jacondrick and Deacondrick.
Okay, do you think it's going well? Have you knocked 10 angels?
The setup that feels right for me. I'm not saying that it will be for everybody at all, but I know that when you need, the chips are down and it's low, to share those lows together, to pull each other through, to kick each other up the arse, it's so much easier to just have that environment with everybody.
There's some big personalities here, some big characters, but every good team needs those.
When did you come over to the UK? Did you have was it part of your career plan when you were in Germany, or?
No, it wasn't. It was a bit by default. I was eventing at the time, and obviously England was very renowned for eventing. I wanted to do a 3-month language course, which ended up 22 years. So I'm still here, so yeah, so I just ended up, while I was doing the language course, it was just after September 11th, so all the airlines went bust, so I didn't have a return flight. I ended up staying for a bit, and then ended up just applied for university. Then while I was at university, I ended up riding owners' horses, and then it was like, oh, I stayed one more year, and it's 22 years later, so yeah.
I came here for 6 months and then I went away for 2 years, and then I came back last March. I've been back about, well, a year and a bit. And yeah, and I go to all the events, well, most of them. I get to travel around a lot. Yeah, it's really good fun.
Right, I'll put them in there.
Judy.
Hiya, you alright?
Hello, darling.
I've even brought you one out.
Oh, thank you.
And I brought you 2 coats
Oh, thank you.
that were hiding somewhere.
Thanks.
You alright?
Alright, love.
Aye.
What you on with?
Trailing around country.
Who's this, Tara?
This is Comfort. He's the king of the yard. He's the sweetest boy ever. And he's so easy. And he's a bit of a ladies' man as well.
You're getting heavy now.
Watch it around here, they're all lethal. Look at them, reverse lights everywhere.
How do you feel? Like, we're obviously quite a bit older than the others. How do you feel being with a bunch of, like, on
a great path?
Charlie.
Keep just going.
I thought we
can still.
Carry on.
How do I feel about what, Martin?
Like, obviously we're quite a lot older than the rest of the team.
Bastard, that's what you are.
No, we're going there.
No, you're older than me.
Only by about a minute.
No, it's not. And I'm not middle-aged. I'm not going through the menopause or anything else.
I was going to say, how do you feel like, obviously there is quite an age gap between us and some of the younger members of the team. How do you find that sometimes? You know, like, do you sometimes roll your eyes when they do stuff and you go like, oh my god, we've done this when we were younger?
No, I don't even waste an eye roll. Need anything washing? Can't go like a scrubber.
We need some new white breeches.
Oh, I've washed your jacket.
I've been here 6 years and no day is ever the same.
Are you going to do one of them half things?
Yeah, half mid.
Yeah.
Halfway line. It's long hours and it's a passion, and you're in here, you know, it's 24/7, 7 days a week. You're at least thinking about it even if you're not here. But yeah, it helps having the team I've got around me. They keep pushing and striving. We're all wanting the same thing. So it is hard work, but it doesn't feel always like it's hard work. Don't get me wrong, there's days when I do think, Jesus Christ, what am I doing?
Nothing I can say on camera.
I can touch my nose with my tongue.
People think I'm quite outgoing. I mean, I'm not to start with. I can be quite, like, not shy, but a bit standoffish. But once you get to know me, I'm just a bit all over the place and a bit, like, probably a bit ditzy and things.
A series of unfortunate events can turn out to be the start of a great adventure.
George.
George Bartlett. 1000%.
I think George will have me rocking in a corner, living with 99 cats by the time I'm 50.
George, what is the resemblance between you and Emily? Absolutely full of
I hear as well, George, that you're quite good at keeping the team's spirits up with your rapping.
Yeah, I try.
I wouldn't say team spirits up.
Yo, 8-5 boy, man, family with you. Strike a pose, baby girl, you're looking sassy for the shoot. Came from Nottingham.
No, that's the low point. You're going back to the low point of Caunton is George's rapping.
I think we need a little rendition though, don't you?
No, I don't think we do. Absolutely
You need to put a tune.
No, I try
with
and
his
keep the
hand
spirits high on
gestures.
Wherever there are cats, there are dogs. If you got the dogs, you got bitches. Bitches always had to put their paws on your wrist. If you got bitches,
Give him
M&M.
I think we need M&M.
How can you have a posh person rap?
It's got to be. He's got it prepared. See, he's got it. It's like,
got
well,
it.
Got to be.
Are we going to do it? Are we doing this?
Posh person rapping, just a posh person rapping.
Join trainers for karaoke team.
What to rap? Why is it so loud?
Come on, George.
everybody wants to be famous, nobody wants to be nameless, aimless, people act shameless, trying to live like entertainers, want a fat crib with the acres, so they spend money that they ain't made yet, got a Benz on tick that they ain't paid yet, spend a paycheck in the West End on the weekend, got no money by the end of the weekend, but they don't care cause their life is a movie, starring Louis V, paid for by yours truly, it's a joke like a bad episode of Hollyoaks, can't keep up with the governor, so they got bad credit living on direct everyday debt, they still don't.
With a full-time stud and competition yard, as well as running the equestrian mental health charity Riders' Minds, Caunton is first and foremost a family home to Victoria's 3 children.
Oh, beautiful ball. Is basically the run through of the app and how the whole thing's gonna work, and then obviously if we've got any questions that then we can ask you as we go along.
Okay, sure, yeah, no worries. So let me just start that out.
Yeah, she's made me do this bloody thing. So, serious note, we are trying to do our own helpline for Riders' Minds. So we are volunteer based. The volunteers we've got so far 14 volunteers who want to front the the helpline. I've got the job. Can you just of coordinating with the volunteers, getting all their certificates in place, making sure they are right for the job. Luckily, they've been a great bunch of people. So yeah, so when next time Victoria comes with, can you just say no.
The year always starts for us in February with the British Breeding Stallion event, and then our own open day at home, just as a chance to get the stallions out.
I don't know if I want them to go down 5. It might be a bit tight on the thick, you know. So it might be better than I do the yellow and the green opera.
With a wet start to the year, the team focused on training with a view to returning to competition in the spring.
Very good again, very good. This time you just make him wait a little bit, yeah?
So our first run of the season, 2024, we went to Norton Disney, which is about half an hour from us, and we took the 2 young stallions, Jacondric and Deacondric. Dressage was first, obviously, that was very good. They put in a lovely test to lead the dressage, and then the show jumping, they both just had a green fence down, but really happy with their rounds, chuffed with how they both came out. So cross country, it was a nice course, the ground was good, chose to start a little bit later, and they both gave me fantastic rides.
It's big pimpin', baby. It's big pimpin', spinning cheese. Feel me?
And again the following week at Oxtalls. Yeah, on the Oxtalls. It was a nice 3:30 leave in the morning. And they did improved dressage tests from the week before, and both jumped really well, again just having one fence down, but it was quite sticky in there, so it was quite good for them to actually learn about jumping out of that. And then onto cross country, I took Deacondric first, and he felt really confident. He seemed to have grown from the week before. He cruised around in a nice rhythm, and Jake was doing exactly the same up until about 3 fences from home, which was the water, and I rode like a plank as strongly as I could into the water, and then coming out there's a little fence, it was absolutely nothing, and I just didn't really steer him into it, so I somehow slipped out the side door and took an early bath, but it was a bit of a wake-up call, I think. It was not his fault at all. I couldn't really tell you what I was doing, but
it goes wrong and it goes right. That's the nature of the sport. If you're supporting someone from the floor, constructive criticism is key. You have to be there to pick them up and remain positive.
So with the whole supportive and people having to be more supportive of each other, which is key, what do you think, what would your advice be to people?
I think the advice would be, with danger of sounding like my own grandmother, but it is, I think, being supportive of each other and not and think about what you say or type on social media, because I think that's what's has a massive impact on other people. Just always think about how you would feel if that comment would be directed at yourself.
Yeah, no, I think that's very true, because a flippant comment can actually be really damaging to people, can't it?
Exactly, and people sometimes don't even think about it, and you it's the same in conversation. Sometimes you say something and you think, oh, I shouldn't have said this.
Tomorrow's always another day, and you write off a negative one, you refocus, regroup, re-go again, and want to get better.
Well, I've got George's smelly jacket on.
Behind the scenes, a huge amount of work goes into keeping the horses fit, healthy and sound.
The secret formula is that no one on the outside knows what you're thinking, or can really read you, but your team and those closest to you know exactly what's going on inside your head.
So it's a Caunton version of Mr. and Mrs. Let's see who knows each other better and what your answers will be. So who would you call in an emergency? Oh, it's 3 for Tor, 1 for Martin, 1 for Tony. Tony changes hands. Who is the messiest?
No contest.
That's an easy one.
Me? I'm not messy.
She is, and blames it on me.
You're such a liar.
That wagon.
Just George.
Definitely George.
Go for yourself.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody else
Oh,
is doing.
messy.
Yeah, look, this is a clean sweep. Here, get it on camera.
We caught it on camera. The most stubborn. Hayley's face. Gingerly pops up there, George.
Never really stubborn with me.
Oh.
Ooh. Leave an answer, Tony.
Oh,
Martin.
how stubborn! How dare you?
Middle age.
Well, yeah.
I think you're quite stubborn.
I'm not stubborn at all. I'm the most easy person. I go with the flow.
If you get a bee in your bonnet.
I never have bees in my bonnet. Ever.
Just a hive.
Right, carry on. Come on, Charlie. Next question.
Come on, Kingpin.
Industry is massively consuming. I think that there's the real world and there's the horse world, and they seem so different, so far apart. Having experience of going into a corporate world as well, and how things work, it's just two completely different things. I think that with horses you live, breathe, sleep it 24 hours a day. There's never an opportunity to switch off. It sort of seems to take over your life, although life, not really sure I've got one at present, but it's weird. I couldn't imagine myself doing absolutely anything else, but it's good to step away from that, to step outside of that from time to time. And I think that laughter for me, and always just to bring the team together, to bring everyone together, it's always good to do things that make you smile, and we do some pretty nuts things. Ready? You man, are you doing this here? Megan, go.
Okay.
Go get a picture, Tor. Go get a picture. Come on, I dare you.
Come on, George.
I was gonna take my room until I got high. I was gonna live.
I hear you can do quite a good rendition of Mr. Brightside, though.
No, I can't. I cannot sing.
Tony
Come on, come on.
Bingo. Tony actually got up on the stage
Did you see
in front
that?
of everyone. And
I had to get on the stage.
Did you?
Yeah, because...
Well, she wanted to win a double-ended dildo.
No, I didn't want to win that. You was hoping I would, so I'd get embarrassed. And when I got up there, I won a karaoke machine.
What did you win, though?
A karaoke machine, that's why I had to sing. Everybody else had a space hopper or a unicorn.
She's got a karaoke machine. How did you know I was going to ask you that? The first thing she said when she came on stage was, I'm a professional singer, I would love to sing a song for everybody. No, she actually said she can't sing, but I want to hear her sing. Does anybody else want to hear her sing?
I smashed the windows.
Here we go. Tony Darby Rose, Mr. Brightside.
Coming out of the cage and I'm just
is at the end of the day, no matter what kind of day I've had, you know, good or bad, that happiness starts at home and when I come down that drive.
I can breathe a big sigh of relief and I'm home.
Welcome to